Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Did you know my wedding stories has lore? It has loads of lore and we're going to discover it today. Thank you to the EA Creator Network for providing me with a code for this pack. I'm just throwing that out there just so you know. So let's get into it. I have been taking the gorgeous, the stunning, the man, the legend himself, Patrizio, I'm probably saying his name wrong, Patrizio Monti, who is, he's a sim that I either made him myself or he's one of like the Maxis pre-made sims from the gallery. He's a local legend. He's like part of the Monty Cap family, which we know from Veronaville. They were also in The Sims 3, so he is like old school legend Sims lore, and he's been living in Tartosa and he's been meeting the local people and discovering a lot of the lore, which you can see I've already kind of done a lot of it. I've not got everything, but what I have found I'm going to kind of share with you all. So one of the things that you can do, you can click on basically any sim in Tartosa, and did I call it Tartarosa again? What is wrong with me? You can click on any sim in Tartosa, and you normally will be able to see this grapevine gossip interaction. I don't think it's available on like children and toddlers, at least I couldn't see it, but kind of teens and above seem to have this interaction. So just if people are wandering around Tartosa, you can go up to them and ask them for a little bit of grapevine gossip. Now, what seems to happen is the more friendly you get with them, the changes that you make to the relationship, you're going to get more and more lore. And we all know simmers are whores for lore, so the more lore we can whore, the happier simmers are. So I don't know either. I don't know why I'm like this. So I started off at home and I asked a Mercutio put my teeth back in. I asked Mercutio Monti, who is Patrizio's grandson, for a little bit of grapevine gossip. You know, they live there, they've just moved there, let's find out what they know. And Mercutio said, gossip fresh off the vine, the City Hall offers quick weddings for those visiting who can't wait for another day. Sometimes love just won't let you wait, eh? So a lot of the interactions you get when you first meet Sims, and like the kind of like standard replies that you get kind of on all sims in Tartosa tend to be this kind of like travel brochure type information. It's like, did you know that you could do this? Did you know that you can do that? But if you keep digging with your little teaspoons and befriend the locals, you get more and more lore. So the first man on my hit list was Fayaz Jalil, who is the flower seller. Now he's a specific NPC. The way this works is a little bit like if any of you have played Cottage Living or seen any Cottage Living LPs. I can't talk. I'm too excited. When I get too excited, I get really spitty and I'm like bleh. So I'm sorry that you have to put up with me doing that. It's a thing. Listen. I don't care, so you shouldn't care. I forgot what I was going to say. I got distracted by my own spits. I don't know what I was saying. So I've befriended Fayez Jalil. So yeah, it's a little bit like Cottage Living. If you know the Hemford Heart to Heart, it's a little bit like that. So it provides you with lore and information about the world of Tartosa. So it's useful. It's useful because it might tell you about things that you don't know. So at the start of the game, it's just this kind of like, did you know you could do this? So he went over to Fayez Jalil, and Fayez said, hi there, I hope you're having a lovely day. If you didn't know, I run the flower cart in the village. I mean, we've noticed. Feel free to come by anytime to pick out the best flowers the area has to offer, or just say hello. I always love chatting with people. So he's a little bit like the Crumple Bottoms, right, that run the little flower stand. Is it a Crumple Bottom, and I've forgotten the other woman's name, who run the two little stalls in Cottage Living. But Fayaz is kind of a specific NPC who's tied to this. So I assume, and don't quote me on this, if you delete Fayaz because you're evil, like why would you delete him? Come on guys, why on earth would you delete him? I mean, maybe you'd do it by accident, or maybe like if you married him or something like that, and you know, I assume that another NPC is going to spawn in its place because he's kind of like tied to that role. So you're not going to see like Vlad tending the flower shop, I assume. I really like these as well. I wish I could like have that as like a wall decor ornament thing. Do you remember the flower stand in Sims 2? That was really nice. I want that back. Okay, just demanding things again from the Sims 2 mid-video. So yeah, he's really cute. He's very, very friendly and nice. And, you know, Patricia has basically bothered him to the point of becoming best friends with him. So he can give him medical advice. Let's ask about his day. That seems like a nice one. So you can see here they've got a really good relationship now. He's a young adult, he's active, he's romantic, and he loves the outdoors. I don't know what his aspiration is, but he really likes books and poetry, you know, being that romantic sim. So I don't know, I feel like he'd like writing or something like that. So yeah, you keep talking to them and they give you more and more information, and each character has different information that they can give you. By the way, thank you to the person who gave me the idea for doing this video and got me on this rampage in the first place. You know who you are. So hey there, I hope you're having a lovely day. If you didn't know, right, we've read that one. So everyone loves the fruit tarts around here, and I do too, but I also love the macarons, and the cake. Macaron, it sounds like the guy who runs France, right? I don't know his name. It's Mr. Macaron to me. And the cake. Okay, maybe I just have a sweet tooth. But if you live here, it's practically a requirement. You try running a flower cart with the smell of amazing things baking nearby all the time without developing one. So he's telling you that you can go and get some like custom food from this area. You can come and get it from like the little stalls here. So he's just telling you like what you can do in the world, right? But he's got a bit of personality with it as well, which I like. He's like, oh, I like cakes, you know. Oh, I really, you know, they make me really hungry because I can smell them from here. So that's a nice little touch. It's giving you like a little bit of like world building, a little bit of personality, rather than hi, I run flower stand, hi, I run cake stand, you know. And then we have so getting to know him a bit more. Once I picked up the book Pick-up Lines for the Flirtatiously Inept, I need that book, by Dr. Phyllis. I'm not sure it was very helpful. I much preferred Diplomacy for Dummies by Dimitri Hard. Try hard. Of course, Dimitri tends to skimp a bit on the romance, but nothing's perfect. So again, you're getting a little bit of his personality, rather than him just being like a rather than him just being like a random NPC that you interact with and he sells you flowers. He's actually giving you a little bit of his personality coming through there, which I really, really like that. I want them to do this in all worlds going forwards at this point. So just more work for the Sims team. Get your writing skill high, Sims team, because I like this. So where are we? We did that one. Oh, so then I went and found Blossom Greenberg, who is from a different world. Where's Blossom from? She's from Eco Lifestyle, so she was just wandering around the world, and again she just gives me like basic world information. The Porto Luminoso fountain is always a romantic spot to visit. I always see couples cuddled up on the edge. So again, she's just giving you a little bit of history of the town. This is this fountain here, which you can indeed sit on and chat on and cuddle up on, so it's a nice little cute fountain. Nice little photo spot as well. And then I kept on going. I was like, I'm harassing this man. I had Patrizio like sleeping on benches and stuff at this point in the game. Yes, I sell flowers from my cart, but as a tip, if you need to save some money, you can always find wildflowers grow. So because we're friends with him, he's giving us like a secret tip. Obviously he wants to make money as his business, but he's like, do you know what, if you want to save some money as a mate, you can find some really nice flowers growing outside the village around here. They're lovely too, and hand-picked flowers always send a special message when you give them to others. So again, giving us tips about the world, but he's doing it in a way that's like friendly and companionable and really, really nice actually. Did you know I love, so again, more of his personality. Did you know I love writing poetry? Of course I do. Flowers, romance, why is he me? He must have a Venus placement in Libra, can relate, or Pisces. It speaks to my soul. I could tell you a chapter and a verse just about how much I love to write. Well, chapter and verse. So he loves writing poetry, which is a very sweet detail. I think this guy is like definitely like high on the hit list of dateable Sims in this world. Like you want to get your freak on with little Fires Jail. Oh, so then it looks like I wandered off. Yeah, I got a bit hungry, and I wandered off to the like bar. Bar. I wandered off to the bar that I've lost now, the lounge. So I went in here and I met Hilary Laurent. Now, if we just get... Actually, do you know what? I'll we'll go to her house soon, but not yet. So Hilary Laurent then, who is one of the pre-maids who's actually living in a residential lot in the world, she says, when I first met Arnissa, who's like her mother-in-law, I think, when I first met Arnissa, I was absolutely terrified. I mean, so Law, horse for Law, are you ready? You know the rumours are true, right? She's related to Princess Cordelia, our Lord and Saviour. Princess Cordelia. So Sims 4 legend Princess Cordelia. As soon as I heard that she was basically royalty, I was on notice. I expected her to be a bit of a snob, but she's not at all. Whether she admits to it or not, she has a real penchant for mischief. She loves playing little pranks on people. I'm wondering if that's rubbed off a little too much on the kids. So I love that. That one specifically, when I saw it, I was like, that has so much personality to it. You know, she's saying, I was scared of my mother-in-law at first, but then like she's really playful with the kids. It's just such a lovely way of providing us as a player with a little bit more backstory to the pre-made Sims. Now, I've got a love-hate relationship sometimes with pre-made Sims. Like, I love them, but I always want to put my own Sims in the play, so I always end up, I've actually got a Twitter post where I'm kind of evicting them all and like shoving them in little side houses. I'm like, I'll deal with you later. And now I feel bad about that. Now I kind of want to put them back into their original homes because like they're tied to their homes as well. So I'm sorry to the Laurent and other family that I evicted you. I will put you back soon. And then you've also got, I've always wondered what Tartosa was like before it became a stopping place for pirates. Do you know what? As I do this, let's just press play, and you know, he can do what you want, so you can watch something while I'm chatting. I've always wondered what Tartosa was like before it became a stopping place for pirates. So again, more lore. It was a stopping place for pirates. Of course it was. That's probably how Princess Cordelia like got there too. It's hard to find a lot of traces of the people before then, so maybe no one was living here. It seems hard to believe now, given how many people travel through here each year. So nobody used to live there. It used to be like a deserted island, right? Probably pirate treasure buried all over the place. Oh, whoops. Okay, unset us head for a second. So then we've got this one. I really appreciate it. So we're back to Fayez. So clearly I came back to Fayez. I really appreciate it when people take time out of their day to talk with me. Isn't he sweet? We should all woohoo him just because he's such a sweetheart. You're gonna get romanced. Look out! You're gonna be the next Knox. Even though things seem a little more laid back on Tartosa, sometimes people get so absorbed in the day to day that they don't stop to smell the roses. Sorry, that's so corny, but I'm happy to talk with you more. Isn't he sweet? I like him. I like the personality. And again, this is specific to Fayez, just like how this tells us more about Hilary's specific thoughts about her own family and Princess Cordelia and being tied to like basically royalty. So each sim living in the world tends to have their own specific lore attached and their own specific personality. It's not just like, oh, have you seen that big tree? It's not just that, right? So let's see, what else do we have? So more Fayez. There's quite a bit with Fayez. There's, like I said, there's probably a lot that I've not even discovered yet as well. Did you know I love writing poetry? Of course you do. Oh, I've done that one. Do you have a favourite poet? Mine is Mabel Eloise Clift. She works with postmodern... Hello friend, he's actually my friend now. Hi mate. I followed him to the bathroom. He loves me. He accepts me. Do you have a favourite poet? Mine is Mabel Eloise Clift. She works with postmodern verse, and her poems are surprisingly short. Very impactful though. I like the one called Rose. I can recite it from heart. It goes like this. Red. A rose. That's it, that's the poem. I think it's a little bit of a shame, and again, I understand the gurus are kind of on like a time limit. They have a lot of different aspects that they're kind of juggling. I thought it would have been cool if you could have actually found these poetry books in the game, but I checked and I couldn't see them. We've also got, so this is, who's this? What's his name again? Hector Laurent. So he's kind of the rival family. No, he's Arnessa's son. So we find out more about his personality as well soon. I guess, do you know what we should do? We should go to his house. Let's follow you. Oh, hello. Sorry to bother you, but I've heard what a great person you are. Would you be interested in making a generous donation to a charity? I am an excellent person and a town legend, and I'm very rich, so yes, we will do that. Okay, so let's travel with, let me just go on my friends. Travel with, we'll get Hillary and Hector and Arnessa, yeah, and we'll go to their house. So you can kind of see their house as I kind of go through their interactions and stuff. You look so angry. Why are you so angry? So if we go over here, that's not his usual outfit. So okay. Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more attached to these pre-made Sims because of all the lore and the interactions that you can have with them, and you find out more and more about them. And there's even some that I'll get to later that I didn't like at first, and now I'm like, they're so sweet. So we'll kind of go over that in a minute. So let me just find out where we're up to. This is going to be so annoying. so annoying. Scroll. See, there's so much. Do you see how much I'm scrolling through? And I've deleted most of the other stuff as well. So this is all lore in the pack. We're going to be here for a while, guys. If you want to pause the video now and go make yourself like a brew, that probably wouldn't be the worst idea. So here's Arnessa. So she's related to Princess Cordelia. And this is Hillary as well that we heard from. She was the one talking about Arnessa. And this is the guy that we just stood with at the flower cart, Hector. So I like the names as well. Like Hector is a Greek hero, and the world is kind of based on the Mediterranean, so it's very, very suitable. So what do we have? Everyone loves the Aries fruit tarts. So again, this is when we first meet her. She's just telling us about the area. I'm more of a macaron person myself. I suppose it seems a little, well, on the nose for someone like me. So again, it's personalised to her. But I don't actually like putting on airs, you know. Hand me a box of macarons from the patisserie here, and as soon as I'm on my own, I will devour it all in seconds. Not right now. Don't tell anyone else that though. I suppose I might want to preserve some elephant. I want to preserve some element of aloofness here and there. So yeah, she's like, you know, she recognises that she's kind of a bit of a public figure. She's kind of a bit of an icon in the town. She's got a bit of a reputation or a kind of like a facade to hold up, but behind closed doors she's playing with the kids, she's creating mischief, she's stuffing macarons into her face. Emmanuel Macaron, that's his name, isn't it? The French guy. The French dude. Okay, so you get a bit more friendly. We're close enough, I admit it. Yes, my family does trace their lineage back to Princess Cordelia. City Hall has records from when my grandfather arrived, and we have historical artifacts all around the house. But speak with the town historian if you want to learn more. So I was like, who's the town historian? Believe it or not, she's as much attuned to these matters and knows more about my family than I do. So then I went on a mission looking for the town historian, which I thought was Dominique Soto. So let's just travel back to where we were. I'm sorry for all the travelling back and to. Well, actually, no, let's leave it. So you can find Dominique Soto back where I was in the kind of town square area, and she's normally painting. So if there's a painting on the easel, if you buy it or delete it, she normally wanders back over, and she's normally the one painting pictures on that specific easel in the town square. So she's quite easy to find. So Dominique is one of the Sims from the main cover, the promotional Sims, the Sim from the trailer. She's a little bit older though when you actually play with the world. So Dominique, no, I'm not originally from Tartosa. Camille and I met here, became friends here, and were eventually married here. We always knew that we always knew that when we retired, we would once again be here. So it's like their favourite place. So it's really, really sweet. Again, you get a bit of their personal backstory. About a decade ago, I spent a lot of time painting Thebe Estate. Camille was fascinated by its history, and it inspired something in me as well. So then I realised, I was like, oh yeah, Camille's the historian. Oh, I remember now. Arnessa was always kind enough to bring tea out to me as I worked. A spot of black tea really gets the mind percolating. So again, promoting a feature of the pack, the fact that you can get tea now. Well, you could get tea anyway, but you get like the tea set, which is very cute. And again, it gives you a bit of their backstory, their history, the interactions between the different Sims. Arnessa was always really kind to her. So yeah, you know, she wasn't like, why are you painting my house? You know, she understands that she's part of the history of the town. Maybe it's obvious, but Hideaway Falls is one of the most beautiful spots in Tartosa. When Camille and I met, we spent most of our time there. That was my favourite painting subject at the time. Well, after her, of course. It's so sweet. It's like she wanted to paint Camille. So I think if I look around this area, I think... Is it... No, I'm still in the town. I wasn't sure because there's kind of like two separate neighbourhoods. I wasn't sure if this was part of the top neighbourhood or the bottom neighbourhood, but we'll have a look at the falls in a bit. But it's that waterfall area that she's talking about there. So again, telling you about the sights of the town and where to go and what to look at. Down the coast in Terra Amorosa, there is this darling grove of trees. A lot of Sims who come here to get married take pictures there, but it's beautiful for paintings as well. Just imagine what some of those old trees have witnessed in the days gone by. If I stand still enough, I sometimes swear I can hear the trees communicating. But that's silly, isn't it? I know, I sound like an overly whimsical artist, don't I? Trees do communicate. They communicate through the root system and through mycelium, which is like a fungus, a bit like mushrooms under the ground. It's like a communication network, and the trees can actually talk to each other. So if one end of a woodland or a forest is like on fire or getting like cut down, it can actually kind of send a warning out to all the other trees. So big brain time, science right? Yeah, that's the thing. You're not mad, Dominique, they are actually communicating. I don't know why you can hear it though. If you want to paint something colourful, try the marina. The boats are splendidly vibrant. The boats are so cute. I was like admiring them. I was like, these are the sweetest little assets. The boats are splendidly vibrant, and who doesn't love a good seagull? Oh, I feel like that's a shout out to Julian, Iron Seagull. Like, yay. I like it when I see things and I think, is that one of my, are they talking about my friends? Like, I really like it. People are always asking me why it's assumed that our nests are thieves. Oh, this is Camille. So I went and found Camille. Took me ages to find her because they're not actually resident in the world, Camille and Dominique. Dominique, I found out that easel, but Camille was much harder to find. Eventually I found her at the playground, at the kids' playground, kind of watching the kids, which tiny bit creepy but also cute. People are always, I told you, he cannot wait. This is the same bathroom as well. Like, these two were having a whale of a time in this bathroom getting to know each other. I don't know why you look so shy here now though. It's like, you know what, he's seen you pooping. So I don't know why you're shy about being in a towel. People are always asking me why it's assumed that our Nessa Thief is related to Princess Cordelia, since it's well known that Princess Cordelia left. I have to say my hair's really messy today. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Well, after a bit of digging, I discovered some evidence at City Hall stating that 20 years after she left, a gentleman by the name of Rodrigo Thebe returned. So again, Aunt Nessa Thebe family are related to the Monty and Cat families, all the way back to The Sims 2 Veronaville. He claimed that his father had died here and his mother was the late princess. With his vast fortune, Rodrigo had Thebe estate built. Supposedly there are some ancestors still around today, and there are. It's like the whole of this family that we're playing with now. What is it? I forget if it's the Laurent family or the I get them mixed up. Listen, still getting to know them all. Okay, it takes time. Dominique and I were friends long before we fell in love. Oh, it's so sweet. We almost didn't end up together, and we know why. If you watched the trailer, we know why, right? I'm thankful every day that we did. It's so cute. They are such a cute couple. So I remember going back to kind of, I don't want to kind of flog a dead horse here, but going back to the controversy that happened around this pack, a lot of people were saying it was about the cover art, and I think the actual wording of the thing that EA put out said the stories we want to tell, and I was like, it might actually be stuff that's in the game, like in the gameplay, that could be problematic. I don't know, again, speculating. Not an expert in international law, okay? International commercial law. If you want to know about business law, don't come to me. But I remember like reading the phrasing of it, and I was like, oh, it might be because they're in the game. It might be some of the gameplay, and you know, this kind of could be a factor. I don't know. I'm not, again, I don't want to bring that whole debate up again. I'm just happy that it was resolved, right? Gossip fresh off the grapevine. I love talking about the Aries history. Most around here don't have the same thirst for knowledge I do, so I'm pleased that you are interested. I really like Camille. She reminds me of Mary Beard, and I am obsessed with Mary Beard. So she's a historian about, she's a Greek and Roman historian. I'm a Greek and Roman historian, and my degree is humanities with a 50% specialism in classics. Yeah, Mary Beard is like, she's like my god, right? I think she's amazing, such an intellectual woman, so fiery, and I just think she's amazing. So yeah, she reminds me of Mary Beard. I kind of want to put her in trainers because she's like the local historian with the grey hair, you know. I absolutely adore Matteo's melodies. I got this interaction so many times. Like, I absolutely adore Matteo's melodies is an understatement. She would not shut up about the man. I absolutely adore Matteo's melodies. If you've never heard the man play on the piano, you really should hire him and have the opportunity. What a lovely and talented person. So I went off. I was like, okay, she's clearly telling me to go and see Matteo, so I'm going to go and see Matteo. So we'll kind of travel without them to Matteo's house and meet their family a little bit too. So they're up here, Markovic. So the nice thing about this family as well is that they're engaged when you start to play. So if you want to have a marriage immediately when you start the game, these two are already engaged, and they've even got like the wedding thing set up in the back garden. So it's like everything is like up and ready to go. I'm actually just going to cheat to make him happy. I did start doing this actually. I did start cheating, like cheating up the relationships and cheating to make happy, because I was like, there's so much lore, this is going to take me forever. So there we go, we've cheated up his happiness level a bit there. So let's go and meet some of this family. Again, it's got like go. Which sim did I pester next? So there we go. Here we are. So Lucia Markovic. So this is the wife to be of this family. I think maybe we need to go and knock on the door actually here and get inside this house. Knock on door. There we go. So I've been playing guitar as long as I can remember. Sometimes I don't even really think in words or images. I think in music. If you're passionate about music, I'm sure you'll understand. So she's passionate about music to the point where she thinks in notes. And then this is me saying, I'm excited for your engagement, like sucking up to her. At first, it seems like Tartosa is all about the wedding industry. So here they are. This is the little family here. Cutie McBooties, aren't they sweet? She's so pretty. It seems like Tartosa is all about the wedding industry. If you ask Matteo, he'd say the same. He's pretty absorbed in it, but it's also a beautiful place with a really unique history. So I didn't think I was going to like Matteo at first. I thought he was going to be a little bit evil, a little bit like business orientated. I thought he was going to be a little bit ruthless, but it turns out he's actually really quite nice. I don't know all his traits yet though. I'm not going to do that yet because it's going to reset all this and I don't want to scroll through again. But the actual stuff he says is really, really nice. Okay, so then Lucia says, the cuisine here is so interesting. My best friend Hillary is this amazing chef. Her family was in the restaurant business, so she's actually best friends with Hillary from the other family. So this are these the Laurent family, the Markovic? So the Laurent family, right, the other family. So the two wives are like best friends, which is really, really nice. She keeps an eye on the market stalls she opened up in Porto Luminoso. You absolutely have to try the mutton biryani. If you don't eat meat, I totally understand, but if you do, it's practically a transcendent experience with the first time that you sample it. Words are so hard. You should go and try the lamb biryani, right? There's definitely, so again, getting to know her a little bit more, getting a little bit more gossip out of her. There's definitely a bit of tension and, well, drama around here. I don't like getting into it too much because gossiping really isn't my thing, but I suppose it's like any other place. You know who your friends are and you know who you might want to keep an eye on. And I was like, tell me more. Who do I have to keep an eye on, bish? So I kept on digging. Oh, same one. Have you met my daughter Tommy yet? So here she is. Very, very cute. Have you met my daughter Tommy yet? She has the most interesting mind. She's going to amaze everyone someday with an amazing piece of art or music. Just you wait. So she's a lovely, encouraging parent. Hopefully not too much pressure there. That's a lot of pressure. And then they became friends. And then when Matteo and I met, so they open up, they tell you more and more the closer you get to them. When Matteo and I met, he was so sweet. I'd been going through a real rough patch and he was playing piano in the lounge for tips. We locked eyes, he locked eyes with me and immediately began playing this beautiful composition. Almost moved me to tears. Now we make music together. How sweet is that? It's so cute. Like the backstory, rather than just meeting Sims and being like, oh, these Sims are engaged, this Sim's nice, this Sim's musical. It's like you actually have the backstory. You actually know like who they are as people, where they came from, how they got together, and all this kind of stuff. So here we are chatting with Matteo. I quite like, he looks a little bit like Humphrey Bogart, or like, I don't know, that kind of ilk, which I think is quite cute. That something is loud. The telly is loud. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. No, I'm just gonna turn it off. So then I started chatting to Matteo. I've been playing piano since I was 5. My grandmother used to have me play for her when I'd visit, so I started taking classes. It was never easy to impress her, but I always managed it. So again, cute. You know why he started playing piano here in the first place. It's very, very cute. Both Lucia and I can sing. She plays the guitar though, and I the piano. Our skill set complement each other really well. So again, he's really complimentary and nice about his wife. He seems very family orientated. I don't know if he is or not. Am I more of a business... Oh, here we go. Am I more of a businessman or a family man? You know, if I had to pick, I'd choose family every time. Even when we've had some tough times, Lucia and Tommy and I have always had each other to rely on. And you can't beat that, can you? Like, sweet. Like, I was like, you're winning me over, Matteo. Like, I see a whole different side of you now. I am, and this is what broke me, right? I am devoted to my daughter Tommy. I've never known a prouder father. I'm sure she'll be an extraordinary painter someday. She's already very advanced. The stuff the other parents might just put on a fridge is stuff that... The stuff other parents might just put on a fridge is stuff that, from Tommy, really belongs in a museum. She's dabbling in this new style called post-abstract impressionist style. I have no idea what those words mean, but I know it sounds like my daughter is pretty incredible. So very, very cute. He's a proud father. Maybe a little bit overly pushy, but still very supportive, very proud. And that's nice, right? It's nice to see. Between you and me, I was sad Tommy was more interested in painting than music at first. I've really grown to appreciate her preferences over the past few years. She's going to be an amazing artist, or whatever she decides to be. So again, he's pushy but accepting. He's pushy but open, right? Supportive, not pushy, right? Really, really nice. Like, she's whatever she chooses to be, she's going to be fabulous. I was like, that's it, Matteo. You've won my heart. So when Lucia and I moved here, we lived in Porto Luminoso, but it was a little too close to the Lawrence for my liking. So again, they've got this like rivalry. So we moved to Terra Amorosa to get a little space and quiet. And wouldn't you know it, that move turned out for the best. The muses speak to me a little more out there, or is that just me talking to myself? Can relate. So again, we're up now near the kind of waterfall area. Here we are. So this is where Dominique was saying, I think it was Dominique was saying it's nice to kind of come out here for like photo shoots and you know, a little bit of romance up near the falls, a little bit of good place to paint, she was saying as well, wasn't she? And this is like the big epic like lovers tree that they have here in this game as well, which I think if we go up near there we get some like buffs, so I'll just kind of head up that way. Let's keep going. So back to Lucia. I really don't like gossip, but see, she's opening up to us. She's like, I don't gossip, but let me just tell you this. Like when we get really friendly with her, she's like, I'm going to tell you the gossip. I really don't like gossip, but since he's kind of inescapable, given that he's, the big wheel of the wedding industry, Hector can be a little tricky. He and I dated once. Oh my goodness. So that explains the rivalry, right? Hector and I dated once, and he was a pretty big jerk. But he's married to my best friend, so I do my best to keep my mouth shut and keep the peace. What went on between those two? Like, what happened? Lucia, do we need to protect and attack? Like, tell us more. So, like, oh my goodness. And so some stuff there that was happening. So then we went back to Hector and Arnessa. This is when he was like following him into the toilet to harass him for information. How are you enjoying things in Tartosa? My family lives in the Laurent Villa. Many still call it the Thebe estate. My family decided to change things up a bit. Maybe pull a little attention away from some of the family history, What are you embarrassed about? What, Cordelia having a whale of the time with several pirates and musicians? Like, I'd be proud of that history. Anyway, I live there, and we also own a couple of other spots around here. Hopefully you'll get to see them all. Sure, you can get married at City Hall if you're in a big rush, but why not opt for a big ceremony and reception? So he's promoting his own wedding business here, right? That's, again, part of his personality is that he's got this big wedding empire. My family's great at helping everyone set up the best wedding you can buy, even on a smaller budget. Ask anyone. Well, don't ask Matteo Markovic. They hate each other. That guy's nice enough, but local rivalries die hard, I guess. So has he got a buff here yet? No, nothing here yet, so let's just have him hang around the area and see if anything happens. So then they got a sentiment, which again, opened up, I want to say, a closer relationship and more interactions. Great reputation. I was like, yes, finally. It's going to help me befriend everybody faster. Have you tried the roast duck down in the village where the restaurants are? You absolutely have to. It's one of my wife's recipes. Again, so it's a specific text for Hector because it's talking about his wife. And a lot of the recipes in those shops are what? Family recipes. Her parents started those restaurants and had a kind of restaurant empire of sorts here on Tartosa. If you don't like to eat meat, there are some pretty fantastic veggie dumplings too. Everyone always talks up Hideaway Falls, and don't get me wrong, they're beautiful. So that's that place that we just passed, kind of down there. I'm not seeing any buffs or anything. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a bit more time. Do you want to go and stand over here, maybe? Can we click on the tree? But I love just standing out near the beach and looking towards the sea. There's a whole world of possibility out there, It's like, who are you, Moana? Sometimes I wonder if I'd like to travel the world a bit, but then I remember I have everything I need right here at home. Strange noises. Gossip fresh off the grapevine. Have you tried the roast duck down in the village where the restaurants are? We've done that one. Everyone talks up Hideaway Falls. Done that one. My kids, Greta and Jace, can be a bit of a handful sometimes. I bet if you asked my wife, she'd say just as much of a handful. What can I say? I can be a bit of a party creature from time to time. So he's saying sometimes a stray, right? Sometimes a stray. What can I say? But that Greta, wow. So that's his daughter. She can get into some serious mischief when your back is turned. Okay. So he doesn't seem to be getting any specific buff here, but maybe if I move over to the falls, we might get something if we go over here. So where can I go? I think I can run across here, so let's just give that a bit of a go. Go here. Can you get across this way? Let's see where he goes. And we may get a little buff as he goes along here. I thought about taking my mother's last name. There's a lot of expectation that comes with it though. Some locals seem annoyed, and I wouldn't want it. So why do people seem annoyed? That's what I'm not getting. I don't think I've discovered that yet. But it's my life. It's just the way I was raised. I'm privileged, no doubt about that. But if I work hard too, and want all that work to be seen as something of my own doing. Right, okay, so what he's saying is I'm a rich boy from a rich posh family with a big name and a big reputation. I could use that to my advantage, but I'm choosing to pull my weight and get known for like working hard and doing stuff on my own terms. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not seeing any buffs, I don't know about that. We don't talk about a lot of the local legends. This is where he's staying as well, by the way, this is his house. We don't talk about a lot of the local legends within my own family. I heard a lot of stories about Princess Cordelia and pirate lore just from being in school. When I was little, I searched the house up and down for secret doors. So Goonies moment. I was convinced that there was a hidden room filled with pirate treasure. You know what I found? One antique button, a hair bow, and a lot of dust bunnies. So he's a little bit skeptical perhaps about his family history. He thinks a lot of it is just gossip and rumour. And then back to Arnessa. So, like, should we go back to their house? I feel like we should go back to their house. Let's go back here. Wait, hang on, why can't I go there? Because is that not their house? At the wrong house. Yeah, let's go back to the other place, the Laurent house, right? And find out a little bit more about Princess Cordelia and their kind of family and backstory. So I really, really like it. I really like that, you know, you're learning more about the Sims, you're learning more about the lore. The Sims are very embedded in the local history of the town. They've got the rivalry going on. They've got, like, you know, a little bit of a thing going on between the two families as well. You know, a little bit of dating history and things like this. Okay, so where did I get up to? So much lore. Okay. So, Arnessa. To be honest, when I was younger, I always felt a little overwhelmed by all the Princess Cordelia talk. There's a lot to live up to. I think I've forged my own path through it now, though. I'm quite pleased to have lived the life I have. I just wish people didn't assume that I'm a snobby, unfriendly person. Nothing could be further from the truth. I just appreciate taking time to get to know a person before I open up too much. You have to keep yourself safe, you know. So her being kind of like a local celebrity has caused her to feel a little bit on show, a little bit scared, a little bit unsafe. So she's a bit guarded about kind of opening up and letting people in, which again, like, that makes me feel very, very affectionate towards her. She seems like a really, really nice, playful character. So Hillary. When I was younger, I loved going to the Lover's Tree. So that's the tree that we kind of went and stood around. Just sitting there for hours with a good book. It just has a nice aura about it. It doesn't. It doesn't. Not that I can tell anyway. And there's a lot of legends about where it came from. Something about a figurehead. I've also heard something about how it grew in a way that looks similar to doomed lovers who travelled here once. While I love a good story, personally, I think it's just a very old and a very nice tree. And if we go and look at it again, it actually does kind of look a little bit like, oh, I'm in the wrong place again. But if you go and zoom in on the tree, it does kind of look like it's got like a figure, like a woman coming out of the tree. Even though cooking has been a family affair for me, I'm hoping my kids choose a different career path that they like. I secretly hope that they do. So this has kind of like a little bit of an Italy vibe, and I believe in Italy, rather than going to high school like we do in England and learning a huge range of things, I think kids in Italy sometimes, or usually, I'm not 100% sure, I don't live in Italy, but I've heard that kids in Italy usually specialise. So I think at high school age, some of them go to like specific cooking school or like specific something else school. So I don't know, like you learn a specific trade and a specific skill, I think. I secretly hope that they do something completely different even. Greta is so interested in the flowers around here. Maybe botany is for her. So that would be really nice if you wanted to take Greta and have her learn like the seasons gardening skill and get her into botany, and maybe even start doing like flower arranging and open up her own like big flower. Oh my god, get Greta and what's his name, Fayez, married, like when she ages up, right, when they're both young adults, get them married, get them to start their own little flower shop business together. That would be adorable. Do it, make it happen. Show me the pictures. Jace is more of a wild child, although he's very social and chatty. Okay, so I kind of exhausted all the options I could find. There's probably some that I just didn't unlock because it's kind of slightly randomized. It's dependent on the relationship level, but on top of that, it's kind of dependent Like, it just randomizes, it cycles through some of them depending on what relationship level you're at. So I probably have missed quite a few. So do feel free to like tweet at me or let me know in the comments if you find any more, because again, I'm enjoying the lore in this world. Something else you can do, if you go down to the beach in like the main town area, sometimes you see these little sand piles, and if you dig in the sand piles you can uncover messages in bottles. So if we look here, they're gorgeous as well. They look so nice. I kind of wish the Realm of Magic had used something like this, rather than, because like they're really pretty. So I wish they'd like stylize the potion bottles from Realm of Magic a little bit more in hindsight. But you can find these. There's quite a lot of different ones. If you open up the stack, you can see here I've got 3 of the same type here, a bright hello, and I've got a different coloured one, and that's a different one. That's Moonlight Musings. Again here, so the different colours mean it's a different message, just to make it easier to see like which ones you've got multiples of. So if we look at these, it says, hello, my name is Jace. So Jace, the kid in the family, has done a message in a bottle. Tommy told me that so the kids are friends. Tommy told me that she threw a message in the bottle into the sea a few days ago, so I decided to try it too. I am 6 years old and my favourite colour is blue. I like listening to cool kids music and talking with my friends, especially Tommy. Oh, it's so cute. And in my free time, so they're like the Romeo and Juliet of this story, like uniting the 2 households. In my free time, I've been trying to find buried treasure like a pirate. My favourite place to play is on the pirate playground. Do you have a favourite colour? I like that it's completely separate, so it's not even like he talks about his favourite colour being blue and then like all the way down the bottom it's like, what's your favourite colour? I hope you have a nice day. It's very childlike and sweet. Oh, he's back on his favourite throne again. I often gaze up at the moon and wonder if there's more to life. I just wanted to change myself, for better or for worse. Bit sus. If you don't leave this bottle where you found it, the next time you're in a room alone, the door will disappear. Ooh, that's a message from the Watcher. I'm not leaving due to sorrow. Rather, John's sudden death has reminded me how precious life is. A life of adventure would be most fulfilling, and I intend to make the most of every day. Perhaps I will return to the Arctic waters and see the lights in the sky again. Interesting. I don't know who that's from. That's interesting. Who's that one from? Speculate wildly. I'll be sending off a short riddle, matey. Solve it if you can. Why are pirates pirates? Written on the other side in large letters is just the answer. They just are. Very funny pirate. You're next. The message is followed by an oddly off-kilter smiley face and a date from about 70 years prior. A bit creepy. Oh, it's a big one. Stubbed my foot yesterday on an anchor, so I'm spending the day beachside. So this is another pirate or something, right? You're too loud. Today's thoughts. Sims are always asking me what happened to my ship, Peggy Lee. Well, she sank. Technically, I sank her, but I prefer to avoid technicalities of such nature. It was an incident involving some kelp, a mersim, and a dolphin. And it sounds like a joke, like a kelp, a mersim, and a dolphin walked into a bar. Anyways, I hope if anyone finds this letter, they're in a healthier condition than me. Stay safe out there. It's a dangerous world. Captain Rodrigo de Pablo. Rodrigo de Pablo. In the corner of the letter is stained in ink, as if the inkwell was clumsily tipped and spilled over the paper. Clumsy pirate. I'm sorry, Temperance, but your... So this is Guidry, right? I'm sorry, Temperance, but your calcium-rich sister has stolen my heart. Maybe in another life things could have worked out between us. So that is Temperance, Bonehilda and Guidry from the Paranormal Stuff pack, which is a classic. Like, I love that pack so much. Like 10 out of 10. It feels like a game pack. There's so much to it to me. When I was young, I lived in the shadow of Go away. When I was young, I lived in the shadows of a legend, but I decided to tell my own story. I explored the world from historic Al-Samhara, so that's a Sims 3 reference, to tiny oasis springs. I sailed over a waterfall, kissed a llama, climbed up Mount Komorebi, been madly in love, and raised my greatest pride, my son. That sounds like something. This seems like it's parodying something. I can't think what it's trying. I don't know if it's a song or like a film or something. It feels like it's parodying something. My life is full of memories, and in its twilight I wish to send into the ocean. Do not fear the shadows surrounding you, but rather step out and shine brightly. That's very poetic. That's very sweet. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Another pirate one here. Ye be reading the letter I wrote, R-E-E. Well, now you're cursed. Me and my trusty parrot will be free. Captain Yeet. Captain Yeet. Right, that's it. That's all the lore that I was able to find in the game. And I'm sure there's more. I'm pretty sure there's bottles that I haven't found yet. I ran out of things to dig up. I could have got them from the build by like hidden inventory, but I didn't want to spoil everything. I wanted to leave a few stones left unturned, right, for myself for when I continue to play the game, and for you guys as well to go out and kind of discover your own stuff. But I just thought I've seen a lot of people talking about the bottles, and I kind of went on a bit of a mission with the grapevine to kind of find out more of the local lore. So I just thought I'd make a video on it, because I don't know how aware people are of how much lore is in this pack, and there's a lot. I don't know if this house has the secret treasure room though. Should we just have a quick look? Secret treasure room? Where are you? We can't lower down, so there's no secret basement. I don't know. I don't think it has one, which is a shame. It would have been fun. It would have been fun if there was like a secret treasure room without a door in the basement. That would have been a really nice touch. But I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.